Today's topic, blind loyalty, when support becomes submission. Oh, yeah, we're going to dive into it. Want to get into it. Listen, it's your boy, Randy Choo. All 2026 is Choo Pop, right? So, blind loyalty, when support becomes submission. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you can get alerts of when I'm going to be dropping videos and going live and all of those things. Today's topic, sips coffee. Blind loyalty, when support becomes submission. Blind loyalty is not love. It's surrender. It's the moment support stops being a choice and becomes a command. And the scary part is you actually feel like you're being real, you're being down, you're being solid, but all it's doing is replacing the truth with the tribe. Oh, man. Anything you can't question is not leadership, it's control. Think about that for a second. All right, so listen, let's define it. Loyalty is commitment to a person, a mission, a set of values, all of those things. Blind loyalty is commitment without standards, no questions, no boundaries, no accountability. Just I'm with you no matter what. And guess what? I used to have that mindset, right? That sounds so noble until no matter what includes lies, harms, manipulation, and even self-destruction. So I say it like this. Loyalty without accountability is a contract with disaster. Listen, I'm going to say it again. Loyalty without accountability is a contract with disaster. Write that down. Make sure you get it. So here's the thing. Why do people choose blind loyalty? Oh, man, this is a good question. People don't choose blind loyalty because they're stupid. They choose it because it meets emotional needs, right? You get love bombed, right? You have the sense of the emotional needs of belonging, emotional need of identity, the emotional need of safety, right? Which are all good things. If your identity becomes the group, the leader, the relationship, the brand, then disappointment feels almost like betrayal. Humans conform under pressure, even when the truth is obvious. I'm going to say that again. We conform under pressure, even when the truth is obvious. Solomon Asch classic conformity experiments showed people often go along with the wrong group answer rather than standing alone. They would rather agree with the group when it's wrong than to stand alone in the truth. This is crazy. So crazy. Some people don't fear being wrong. They simply fear being alone. So let's break it down, right? Because another part of this thing is, why do good people comply, right? And it's almost in a sense like obedience to authority is always thrown into the equation, right? So let me say it like this. Blind loyalty has a cousin, right? So the cousin of blind loyalty is blind obedience. I'm going to say it again. The cousin to blind loyalty is blind obedience. Oh, man.
How far would you go just because an authority told you to? In the 1960s, psychologist Stanley Milgram conducted one of the most shocking experiments in history. Participants were told to give electric shocks to a stranger when they answered incorrectly. With each mistake, the shocks got stronger, up to a deadly 450 volts. But here's the twist. The shocks weren't real. The person screaming was an actor. The real test? Would people obey orders, even if it meant harming someone? Shockingly, 65% of participants obeyed completely. They kept going, just because the experimenter said, the experiment must continue. This experiment revealed something terrifying. Ordinary people can commit harmful acts under the right conditions.
Stanley Milgram studied obedience to authority and found many of the people that they were studying kept going on even when they believed they were hurting someone, because an authority figure told them to continue. That's not just history. That's us. That's our nature under pressure, right? So let's connect this to real life, because I don't want to get too philosophical. I don't want to get too up there and then you guys not understand. So let me break it down in a practical sense, right? Let's think about your workplace culture. Let's think about your friends group. Let's think about your relationships. Heck, let's even think about your online community, your churches, your fan bases, your religious infrastructures, anything that you got going on. If a leader becomes the authority and questioning becomes disrespect, people comply to stay accepted. When authority replaces conscience, cruelty becomes following directions. Oh my God. So there's this thing called groupthink, right? How teams make bad decisions together.
The
So you ever
phenomenon is called groupthink, which refers to when a group of well-intentioned people make irrational choices because they choose to conform with the leader rather than disagree. When your team falls under groupthink, everyone may agree to a choice verbally, but deep down disagree. This happens because the group members may fear the consequences of disagreeing, such as being rejected by the group.
So you ever seen a group of people come together? One person is the leader. They influence the others who are trying to perform for them. Now the whole group begins to take on this thought process, right? They begin to take on the bad decision making, right? It's almost, I know plenty of y'all have seen Stranger Things. It's the what was the thing? The mind, the beast, right? That creature, that alien, right? That got into Henry, turned him to Vecna and all of that. That hive mind is what takes over people who are attached to people who abuse authority, right? So then there's the group thinking. This is what I'm talking about. When the desire for unity becomes more important than the truth. Irvin Janis coined the term to describe how cohesive groups can make irrational decisions because nobody wants to rock the boat. Groupthink doesn't start with evil, it starts with silence. Oh man. Yeah. So let's put it like this. So modern blind loyalty, parasocial algorithm culture. Today blind loyalty is being mass produced. Algorithms reward certainty, not curiosity, rage, not reasoning. So communities form around emotional loyalty instead of shared standards. People defend creators they've never met, excuse behaviors they've never accepted in their own house, and call it support. Wow. Modern loyalty is often just entertainment wearing a uniform. That's all it is. Let me sip some coffee on that one. Let's talk about the cost. Blind loyalty keeps people in manipulation and abuse because leaving feels like they're losing themselves. Some people would rather stay attached to harm than take the risk of rebuilding their identity. But comfort is expensive. It costs freedom. It costs clarity. It costs growth. Comfort can be a cage with velvet walls. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about the antidote. Standards, questions, boundaries. Healthy loyalty has standards. You can support someone and still tell the truth. You can love someone and still require change. You can respect a leader and still ask questions. Okay? There's a philosopher named Kant, right? And Kant's Enlightenment challenge essentially says this: you have to have the courage to use your own understanding instead of borrowing someone else's. Have your own understanding. Stop borrowing others. If your loyalty requires you to silence your mind, it's not loyalty, it's submission. So I know you're asking me like, yo, like, what are some practical steps we can take, right? I got you. Don't worry about it. Man, this is so deep, it's hitting me. So I say it like this. Name your standards. What's the non-negotiables for me? That's what you got to ask yourself. Watch how people respond to questions. Healthy leaders answer. Manipulators attack the questioner. Audit the cost. What has this loyalty cost me? Peace, money, relationships, integrity? Build a truth circle. At least one person who can disagree with you without punishment. Because a real circle corrects you. A fake circle claps while you crash. So before I close, I want to drop a few short sound bites.
The lesson here is sometimes you're the problem. And my point is take accountability for your actions. You can take all the credit in the world for the things that you do right, as long as you also take responsibility for the things you do wrong. It must be a balanced equation. You don't get it one way and not the other. You get to take credit when you also take accountability.
Belonging. We're wired for love. We're hardwired for belonging. It's in our DNA. But let me tell you what belonging is. The opposite of belonging from the research is fitting in. That's the opposite of belonging. Fitting in is assessing and acclimating. Here's what I should say, be. Here's what I shouldn't say. Here's what I should avoid talking about. Here's what I should dress like, look like. That's fitting in. Belonging is belonging to yourself first. Speaking your truth, telling your story, and never betraying yourself for other people. True belonging doesn't require you to change who you are. It requires you to be who you are.
Blind loyalty is easy. It feels like belonging, but it's borrowed strength. Real loyalty is mature. It has truth in it. It has standards in it. It has accountability in it. Listen, if you enjoyed this talk with me today, if these little nuggets helped you out, share it with someone who needs a backbone right now. Share it with them, right? Loyalty is beautiful when it's guided by truth. Blind loyalty is just fear dressed up as devotion. I'm going to say it again. Your boy Randy Choo just dropped a quotable for you. Loyalty is beautiful when it's guided by truth. Blind loyalty is just fear dressed up as devotion. It's your boy Randy Choo. Hope this helped you out. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Let's dive into some deeper conversations. Let's get the thinkers back in the room.